and I'll catch up. Hey guys, Raven here.
Starfire.
Today we'll be talking about Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 3.
I almost said 2.
I did too. I was like, Okay, so, you wanted to start?
Oh, sure. Yeah, a lot of crap happened last night.
It did.
Some good, some bad, some in between. I really liked, I guess you could just go in order. I liked what Roland said at the beginning when they went to get ice cream. He's like, well, Regina, let me get some.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, burn.
That I mean, like, I don't like Marion,
Yeah.
but that kind of hurt right here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, you're like 5, I'll let you get away with it, but you don't.
And I was
that.
like, kids say the darndest things, don't they? And when they go in there, then she puts that curse on the ice cream.
Yeah, I was like, oh, crap's about to go down.
Yep. So.
Not good.
Nope. And then what happened after that? Anything?
After that, Snow tried to have the meeting.
Oh yeah. And Regina's like,
that didn't go well.
You redecorated? And she's like, oh yeah.
That was after.
Yeah, but still, that was funny.
Yeah, she like.
You succeeded.
I wanted to put
horribly.
I wanted to put part of me in here, you know, or whatever.
She's like, well, you succeeded.
Horribly. Yeah, I agree with Regina.
It doesn't go with the room.
It doesn't.
The room's all black and white.
It's a decent picture for somewhere else.
But it just doesn't go with the decor.
Yeah, no. It might fit in Dr. Hopper's room. Not in a decor full of black and white.
No. That's a no-no.
If you want to put a splash of color or yourself, repaint the damn thing.
Oh, yeah. And then so everybody at the meeting was all like, we need to find out who this person is who's, like, causing all the snow to happen. And she's like, well, she's not an immediate concern. You know, she's a friend. And we're trying to help her find her sister. Yeah. And they're all, what?
Yeah, it's like, no, she's bad, she's bad, she's bad.
It's not her that's doing it, though.
Yeah, and you've always trusted the Charmings before.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Just make me mad. All y'all freaking stupid people. Good lord. First, you can't survive without electricity when you've been doing it for a billion years.
Flashlight.
Now,
that was so great.
You don't trust Snow and Charming to do their job that they've been doing for like a billion years.
I know. It's stupid.
Freaking retards. Let's see. The next big thing that happened would have to be Kristoff finding out about the urn.
And Hans being brought on.
Yeah. They got that guy to look surprisingly a lot like Hans.
They did.
I was like, oh my gosh, that guy looks like Hans.
He looks way more like Hans does than the guy that plays Kristoff.
Yeah.
Kristoff doesn't even look like...
You can't get a guy to look like...
He's too lanky. He should be more buff, like the guy was in the movie.
He should be. But,
you know?
But like, you can't find a guy that looks like Kristoff.
True.
If you guys know a guy that looks like Kristoff, then put a picture down below.
I mean, they should have... I think they did an okay casting. I just think that he should be a little bit more buff.
Yeah.
So.
You should be a little bit more buff.
But Hans is pretty right on.
Yeah.
So.
Hans, like, even with the chops he got going on.
And when he was all talking, I'm like, cocky much? Seriously,
right? Like, even his brothers, like, I totally agreed with his brothers.
Jeez.
They're so cocky. And after we have...
But when we said that we thought that Hans had something to do with the urn thing, we were kind of right. Because he did have he was involved in that.
Hans did attack.
Yeah, and he was involved in that, and he wanted the urn. So. Because he wanted to put her in it so that he could have the throne.
Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder.
Is that where the restrooms are at in the music department?
There's some right down the hall.
Oh, thank you very much.
Kind of makes you wonder what was written on the urn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did it say Snow Queen? Did it say her actual name?
I know. I wonder what it said, because like I thought at first I was like, well, shouldn't she know if that's like the language of Arendelle? Shouldn't she know what it says? But
Well,
it's
it was
like an old
ancient
language. But it
language.
was an ancient language, and it was like Middle English. So
Yeah, like no one knows Middle
nobody-
English
Yeah.
unless you're a total Lord of the Rings buff.
Yeah. But yeah, I was
no.
curious to know what it said. It
Middle
probably
English.
said something to the effect of that,
Mhm.
like Snow Queen or
Yeah,
something.
Snow Queen or whatever her real name is.
Mm-hmm.
Do they give her real name in the books?
I haven't read the book, so I don't know.
Is her real name like Elsa?
I'm not sure.
Like in the book, like if you guys know what Snow Queen's real name is, not the actress's name. That's
the character of Snow Queen
Yeah,
in the book
yeah.
that was written by Robert Louis Stevenson, I think.
written by whoever is called Snow Queen.
If you do a search, you'll find it.
If you guys know her
But
character's real name,
that's why
put
my
it down
friend has
below.
an issue with Frozen, is because I guess Disney actually got sued because they didn't have the rights to the story when they did the movie. And so
Really?
they were sued for that. Yeah.
Oh, they got enough money to above, far and beyond pay that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord, people
But
flock
anyway,
to that.
my friend's like, so they have two Snow Queens? It's like, well, the Snow Queen is evil, Elsa's not.
Yeah,
So
it's like, get your facts right. The little girl is good. The old girl is evil.
yeah.
Yeah. And Marion was freezing to death because of the Snow Queen's curse on the ice cream cone.
And I loved that it didn't work because
The
Robin
kiss.
doesn't love her the way he loves Regina now.
Yes, yes, yes.
I was so happy. I'm like, yay!
Very happy. Very, very, very happy.
And Regina doesn't really want to help Marion, but she's doing it because that's what Robin wants.
Yeah.
And she loves Robin,
Yeah.
so she'll help him.
Yeah, she didn't seem as sad this time when
No,
he
she
said that he had to stay with Marion as she did last time, and that's probably because he said, "Well, it didn't work for
Because
a reason."
I'm in love with someone
and-
else.
Because I'm in love with someone else.
You are?
So I think she's kind of riding that high right now.
Yeah.
So she's not.
And
as
did you
sad.
notice when her and Henry were in Granny's, they were reading comic books?
They were.
Did you notice?
They were.
He
Like-
had Thor, and I don't know what hers was.
I don't either.
I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah,
I tried to look, but
If you guys know what comic book Regina was reading, put it down below, please. I would love to know. Like, what type of comic book do they think Regina relates to most?
yeah.
We
And then
took
she
a-
kind of
story
tried to
arc.
segue into, oh, who do you think wrote the Once Upon a Time book?
Yeah,
it's
and
like
I love
subtle
that-
much.
I love that Henry thinks it's a great idea, and he's making a secret mission with her now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Operation Mongoose. I love that Regina named it though.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mhm.
It kind of shows that she does pay attention to him even when he doesn't think she does.
Yeah.
Because
And he just wants her to be happy. Like, he wants what's best for her.
Mhm.
And I think the fact that, you know, she's being written as a villain and she's not getting her happy ending, he's like, okay, well, let's change that. Let's
Yeah.
go and find out who wrote it and make it so that you can have your happy ending.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, as long as they don't change the past and what happened.
yeah, see, that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want the past to get changed. See, at first I was kind of skeptical about it because I'm like, that could be really dangerous, and I don't want past to get all rewritten and them to
Yeah.
rewrite history and stuff.
Then Emma could never be born.
But now that I think about it, it's actually kind of a cool idea because, you know, like I was saying, he just wants to help her and wants her to be happy and have
Yeah.
what everybody else has had and deserves.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, I love that they're going to be working together.
mhm.
That they're going to have their own Operation Cobra.
Yeah.
Um,
And seriously, what Regina said to Emma was so freaking right. I'm so pissed at Emma right now.
yeah, and I'm glad that Emma took that to heart.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, you should. You screw up everything.
You do. And
I kind of, it's bad, but I kind of want her to die.
And it's like, you know, I hope that eventually, I hope that it's this season, that they kind of change it and make it more towards the fact that Henry's a savior. Because I'm getting kind of tired of hearing, oh, Emma's a savior. She's supposed to save everyone. And she's not doing a good job of it. If she truly was, she would do a good job.
Yeah.
She would make sure that I mean, of course you're going to have mistakes and you're going to fail and stuff, but you're not going to consistently do it.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, Henry's young. He truly has the heart of a true believer.
Yeah.
And you know, in the first season, he went to her to ask him to help him. She just got that title.
Yeah.
But it was really him that needed the help to break the curse.
Yeah, I mean, like, when kingdoms need a new king, and, like, the king is, like, a baby, what happens? The mother stays in power until the son can take his place.
Yeah.
So...
And I mean, I know that Emma has powers, but does Henry have them too?
We haven't discovered that.
Yeah.
So technically, I guess you can say that Henry is not able to take his place.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't matured into his powers.
Maybe when he's working with Regina and they're trying to figure out about the book is when he'll discover that.
He'll get his powers and he'll truly
Maybe.
become the
That would
the
be
savior.
really cool if that happened when they were doing
I would
that.
be like, oh my gosh.
Speculation.
So happy.
But that would be really interesting if that happened during their investigation or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Their secret operation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, we kind of found out that Elsa is related to the Snow Queen. She's her aunt.
That was kind of a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I was like, because my friend that comes over every week and watches it at my house, he was like, oh, please don't let them be blood related. And I'm just like...
Well, at least she's not Elsa from the future.
He seriously thought that. He's like, oh, what if she's Elsa from the future? I'm like, please don't let that happen.
So wait, he was more excited that she could be Elsa from the future than if she was, like, Elsa's sister or aunt or cousin or anything.
And I was like, I don't want her to be Elsa from the future. They're doing that on a lot of stuff where they're bringing on future stuff. And I know, okay, I'm going to kind of go off topic right now. And I know that they're doing that in some of the superhero stuff. But, you know, this isn't superhero. This is Once Upon a Time. And, you know, they're going to make it twisted and they're going to make it something that you totally don't expect.
Yeah.
And since those are kind of what's happening in some shows right now, I think that they're going to make it something totally different. And they did, because she's her aunt.
Yeah.
So, if that made any sense, I don't know. Whatever.
I'm kind of trying to think of what shows are doing that.
Well, are there any
Like
that are?
superhero shows?
Well, I mean,
no.
some of them probably did do that at one time, didn't they? Like,
Arrow hasn't. Flash just started. Constantine hasn't started yet.
Well,
Gotham
whatever.
just started.
I'm wrong, but still. I just didn't want it to
Smallville hasn't had any that. No one ever. I mean, you've had futuristic people come from the future,
be. Yeah.
but you never had
Like a main character's
Clark
future
come
self.
to the future. Yeah, you
Anyway.
never had a main character. 'Cause there's,
Okay,
like,
they haven't
thousands
done
of
that,
years.
but I still didn't want that to be what they were gonna do.
Yeah, they've done that a lot in other shows.
Yeah, in other shows.
In general, throughout history.
So I wanted them to do something different, and they did.
Yeah.
And I knew that they would because it's Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. But, like, I was kind of like, oh my gosh. And then she tells Elsa that Anna put her in the urn. And
Yeah, I was like,
no.
no, I don't believe that.
No, I think, because she was holding on to the urn the whole time when they were in the castle, so I think that...
And like I said, I really believe that Anna, even though she got into dangerous circumstances on her journey and things, and she, you know, worked with Rumple and
According
all
to
that.
the promo.
Yeah, according to the promo for next week. Like, I still think that she didn't betray her sister. I still think that she supported her and did whatever she could to try to help her.
Yeah, there's only one way I can see what she did happening. because she went to the because Elsa had her memory erased, so she went to the rock trolls.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe the only real reason that Anna would ever put her sister in the urn would be like because Elsa found someone finally that had her abilities that she was able to relate to, that could teach her how to control herself.
Yeah.
And could help her grow her powers. And if she was with her aunt for long enough, then she could start, like, it could rub off on her. She could start having an attitude sort of like the Snow Queens, and then Anna comes home or something to that nature and tries to help Elsa, but Elsa becomes just a total royal beat. And so, you know, she'd have to put her in the urn, but I don't really know if that would happen because she wouldn't voluntarily, like, she knows where the rock trolls live. She wouldn't get tricked into going there, and she wouldn't voluntarily go there if she was becoming more like the Snow Queen. So I just poked holes into my own theory.
Yeah.
But that's a theory that I don't really even like in the first place. It's not my first theory. First theory is Snow Queen did it.
I mean, I think that she could get stronger because her aunt is a Snow Queen, but I don't necessarily think that she'll become like her.
No. Especially now that she's talked so poorly of Anna. Elsa's just like, okay, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Because, like, you don't talk about my sister like that.
Yeah. So you liked the fact that Will came in.
Oh yeah, I did like Will. He's so funny, and I'm glad that he's been added to the Once Upon a Time cast.
He's been in it once before, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was on it like last season when they were kind of doing the thing segueing into Wonderland. But yeah, I think that it'll be a fun addition to the cast.
In Wonderland, they had a flashback of him stealing from Granny.
Well, yeah. See, they did. Yeah, in the pilot of Wonderland, they showed Storybrooke because that's where he lived, and then they had the whole power thing, and he went through the portal, and he was in Wonderland and all that. But yeah, it's nice to see him on there because he's just so funny, and like I love his accent.
Right.
And him using bloody all the time, I think, is really hilarious. Right. And
I don't bloody know.
I know. Oh, bloody hell. You know, he's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I enjoyed his scenes.
I'm still waiting for Mulan to pop up.
Yeah, she needs to come back.
She does. She's next to Ruby, she's probably my favorite character. I always fall for the characters that
I like how you like all the warriors
aren't there,
and then they end up being like the ones that are like
put aside, that don't show up, or that just die. But seriously, Mulan is part of the Merry Men. How is she not with them?
She might show up again eventually. I don't know.
Pisses me off. Like to no avail. I'm like so. Like, oh, if you're not going to give me Ruby, give me Mulan.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else that you wanted to cover?
Let me think. Oh, well, I did like what Jiminy, or whatever his name other than Jiminy is. I always forget.
Dr. Hopper?
He doesn't show up very often on the show.
Dr. Hopper.
Dr. Hopper. Okay. He doesn't show up very often. I like what he said to Snow.
Yeah.
You know, that she's holding on too tight with the baby, and she needs to let go a little bit. And I understand why, because she's still guilty over the fact feels guilty over the fact that she didn't get to take care of Emma when she was a baby because she had to give her up in order to
and she doesn't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Like the first Goo Goo Gaga. Or the first like Mama.
But it's like you're not necessarily going to miss all that if you give it a little bit of space. You know, I mean, she needs to have some sanity too because she's kind of starting to
She's kind of starting to unravel a little
Yeah,
bit.
she is.
That can run the whole shit.
And so I'm glad that he kind of opened her eyes to that.
Mm-hmm.
And told her, and plus the whole time she was trying to fold that stroller up, I'm like, you're not going to be able to do that one-handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put the
You
baby
need
in the back seat.
Would you?
to let somebody hold it or put it down or something, because you can't do that one-handed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even I couldn't do that. So,
Yeah. Very true.
and I mean, okay, I don't like Emma and Hook, and we've, you know, you guys all know that.
Yeah.
We've made that clear.
We have made it very clear we highly dislike Hook and
But
Emma.
I did like, you know, why she was
Her
you know,
reasoning.
her reasoning for
Yeah.
why she was acting the way she was.
Yeah.
And you know, she's like, everybody that I care about dies.
Mm-hmm.
Neil, I like that Neil was mentioned first.
Yeah. Neil, Graham was second.
Graham, and even Walsh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, of course he was third. He was the monkey. He was Selena's flying monkey.
Yep.
Of course, I like the actor.
And then, of course, when she was opening the door, when Will was trying to pick the lock, she's like, Neil taught me a few things. I was like,
Yeah, she's like, he's like, you gotta do it just right. And she's like, scoot over. Done. I'm like, oh damn.
yeah.
Snap.
I mean, he was a thief too, just like Will.
Yeah, apparently a better one. Well, he spent more time in our world, so
Yeah,
he
he
knows how to
did.
do it a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm sure if Emma had to go pick a lock in Wonderland or wherever, whatever realm he's living in that, or he was living in a minute ago, then she probably wouldn't have as successful a time at it.
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think here. Is there anything else that we wanted to talk about?
I liked in the flashbacks with Emma and not Emma, with Elsa and Kristoff, how they did her hair.
Oh yeah.
I thought that it was really pretty.
Yeah, it wasn't just.
I liked the
braided.
classic like version of it. What the heck? I like felt weird for a minute. Yeah.
Like fell asleep.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I really liked the classic bow, or not bow, bun that they had.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
That was pretty.
it's not just that braided
It's like,
thing
can
that she did.
people do my hair like that and make it be all pretty? I'm always amazed by how beautiful their hair looks on set, on like shows.
Yeah, it's like I can't do that.
It's like but they have
Not just
people-
because I don't have the hair to do it with.
Yeah, it's
okay?
like, but they have professionals that do it.
Yeah.
It's like, can I have somebody that like I pay to do my hair like that every day?
Yeah.
So
It's not like you can go to a salon and actually have someone do that perfectly.
no.
Just them all just a bunch of amateurs.
And it's really hard to do it yourself if you can't really see behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier to have somebody else do those
That's
types
why you
of
have those mirrors.
yeah. And it's easier to have somebody else do those types of hairstyles for you.
Yep. Okay, so I think that's it. Is that it? Okay, so if you enjoyed this, write your comments down below and ask questions, and we
Yes.
will answer. And we will pick one question to answer at the end of our next Once Upon a Time video.
We
So
didn't get
next
any
Monday.
questions this past time, but
Yeah. You know, just ask if you want to ask.
I mean, even anything. It can be anything.
Yeah.
It can be, you know, why we don't like a certain character,
Or why we
don't
like a character too much.
yeah, or why we don't like a certain couple, or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's Once Upon a Time related.
Yes.
But yeah.
So if you like this video, check out our Supernatural videos. They come out Wednesdays.
Yes, we'll be doing another one on Wednesday for episode 2.
Check out Doctor Who, also posted on Mondays, just like this, that I do. And check out my Korra videos posted on Fridays. Yeah. So I think that's it. Is that all the videos we did? Yeah. I keep thinking I do more than that, but I don't. Okay. So,
So you do 2 by yourself, and we do 2 together.
yeah. It seems like more. Okay, so thank you for watching.
Yes,
and
thanks for watching.
I'm Raven.
Start for her.